From the studios of Books in Motion in Spokane, Washington, this is Cameron Beierle, your reader, reading for you Book 1 of the 7 Archangels series by author Jane Lebak. Book 1 is entitled An Arrow in Flight. We begin with the author's note. Ever since Adam left the garden, Gabriel has known why humans sometimes act irrationally, and he helps them without hesitation whenever God gives him an assignment. All 7 archangels of the presence do as much, sometimes even without orders. Whether it's redirecting a lovesick princess, encouraging a terrified hero, or dealing with an amulet-wielding old man who's compelling an unlikely service from the angel least likely to give it. But after a brutal attack during one assignment, Gabriel starts getting touchy and harder to deal with. The other angels love him, but it's been going on for centuries, and he won't take redirection. Then God gives Gabriel an assignment that could result in the destruction of Jerusalem. And Gabriel makes the wrong decision. God forces Gabriel out of heaven. He has got 1 year now to make things right between him and God, except he cannot possibly do enough. He is isolated from the other angels and being propositioned by demons. Even worse, as Gabriel wanders the earth trying to change others' lives for the better, it's becoming more and more obvious that the one thing he needs to change is the only one he never wanted to risk. An Arrow in Flight features each of the 7 archangels of the presence in their own short stories, from Abraham to the fall of Nineveh, all leading up to a long story crisis that requires each working in unison to help Gabriel when he does not seem to want their help at all. The story of a nation, 2 species, and several centuries is going to spread out a bit differently than the story of an angel struggling to deal with a huge mistake or a team of angels fighting to save a kidnapped comrade. In Arrow, each of the 7 archangels of the presence will have his or her own story as they work through salvation history. After each has had his spotlight, we'll begin the main story, the one driving all of the rest. At the end, you will get one more short story with everyone working together. It's not the usual format for a novel, but I hope you will find it fun to spend a little solo time with each angel. The author provides some background. I wrote the first draft of this book in 1992, and I rewrote it about every 5 years until it stopped feeling not quite right. I have no idea how many people I've consulted, subjected to early drafts, or otherwise relied upon. Some of the chapters were worshipped in college and grad school or local writing groups, and I don't remember the names of all of my classmates. I'm sorry. It's a problem of chronological sprawl. Back in high school, I used to spend lunch breaks in the school library reading Gustav Davidson's Dictionary of Angels. It was amazing to sort through all of the myths and stories, but the book was out of print and I could not find a copy. Right before graduation, the librarian, Arthur Stein, handed me a copy he had tracked down in a used bookstore. I especially want to thank him because of having my own copy was an incredible inspiration. While putting the finishing touches on A Fish Story, by accident I found an article in the Catholic Biblical Quarterly, Jeff Miller's Raphael the Liar, Angelic Deceit and Testing in the Book of Tobit, and it helped clarify some of what I had been working with in the story. Also, much thanks to the prophet Ezekiel, who in 1649 spelled out the sin of Sodom. Yes, some have scolded that I softened it for this story, but no, Gabriel's quoting the Bible and trying to be very delicate about it. Ezekiel also recounted the vision of the wheels of the cherubim in chapter 10, where, Gabriel does
Sample complete. Ready to continue?